Hello, my lovelies. It's you here with Golden Thread Tarot, and I'm here to bring you another channeled message. I hope that this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance, as always, my sweets, okay? So let's go ahead and find out. Oh, my goodness. Lord? So the reason I have plans today, and I was about to leave the house, and I was getting ready, and Spirit just kept downloading this song to me, and it's one of the first songs from the movie Mulan, the original Disney movie, animated movie Mulan, where it's talking about her, praying to her ancestors to help find her a match. Like, she's going to see the matchmaker, right? And they're singing that song, that ancestors hear my prayers, that song. And so for some of you, I feel like there is a masculine energy here. This is like a masculine ancestral energy that's coming through. A very grounded energy. Yeah. I'm feeling very grounded as this energy is coming in. This person could be a Capricorn. They could be an earth sign. They could be a Capricorn. I'm hearing Taurus energy really strong too. And I'm saying Capricorn too because the devil energy came out. That's why I was like, oh goodness. But I feel like this ancestral energy is coming through to highlight to you, because I'm filming this on the day of the full moon. So today and tomorrow, the full moon's actually coming in. I think it was like 3:44, which is a very big spiritual number for me. The full moon hits its peak technically, June the 11th at 3:44 a.m. So it's like the 10th rolling over into the 11th. So I'm getting this really strong energy here where you are being guided to, oh my gosh, I'm so happy the sun just came out. I've been asking all day. I'm like, please let the sun come out. And so yeah, the sun is shining on this. That's also the entrance of this masculine energy. There is this kind of, I'm hearing the return of the masculine, because we've been talking a lot here about the feminine energy, especially not only in a lot of the energies that a lot of the readings that I've been pulling, and the energy that's been in that, but also echoing in the collective energy of this kind of falling down of the shadow masculine, and this kind of blooming of the feminine energy, which is happening because of the fact that true masculine energy is coming back in, right? There's this kind of like true entrance of the masculine energy. So it's this very strong ancestral grounded energy coming in here to kind of pinpoint, because I'm seeing it go right there. Oh, okay. And the 9 of Swords fell out. So some types of fear and anxiety, like it's coming through to highlight some type of fear and anxiety in you. And the way, and the reason I was saying that is the full moon tonight is the strawberry moon, also known as the blooming moon. Okay, Native Americans, I'm in America, Native Americans called it the blooming moon, because it was around the time that you would, the official time for summer to begin and for a new start. So there's this energy of releasing this devil energy from within your life, releasing. And so if there is any type of codependencies, addictions, self-sabotaging behaviors that you have been really trying to let go of, Spirit is coming in here and saying, we are highlighting 4:04 down on the clock, right when I said that. We are going to be helping you to highlight this energy within you. So anything that's been causing you fears and anxieties, anything that has been pulling you backward, there's this kind of energy of like things that from the past that have been pulling you backwards. It could have even been events. I'm hearing that for some of you, you could have ran into somebody that you haven't seen in a long time, or you could have had a fight with a family member that could have dredged up some kind of feelings of, well, I just want to numb out, I want to use this substance, or I want to just go drinking on the town, or I want to run back to that old ex and text them for some freaking reason. The devil jumped up inside of you and said, text your ex, like that kind of energy, that's what I'm kind of feeling here. And there is this type of energy here of This energy exchange is what I'm getting. It's like exchanging this old negative energy for something else. You have the opportunity to exchange this energy. Although I do feel like for some of you as well, I do feel like some old, like past energy is like coming up in the reading. So it's giving me this kind of energy of like, it's giving me this energy that like again, I'm getting that energy of like someone from your past could be reaching out to you or could have something to say to you or could be wanting to hash out old things or have a conversation with you. You might run into somebody. Yeah, look, there's that masculine energy peeking out, coming around. Yeah. Somebody here could feel really rejected, or you could have felt very rejected by this person. It's kind of giving me like an energy of like you are letting go and this other person is having to stand in this state of holding on to the energy. Maybe like you are releasing and letting this go. You have given up finding reconciliation or finding some kind of closure with this person. Like you've decided to give yourself your own closure. And this person could be feeling that energy. Or this situation is feeling this. Come on now. They are feeling this energy. And look, the King of Pentacles is still showing themselves back there. No, sweetie pie. Oh my goodness. I know you want to be on camera so bad. I'm so sorry. You can't. Normally I'd let her stay up here, but I know she's going to cover me in her hair, and I got things to do after this. I'm trying to make this a kind of short reading. Y'all know how that usually works, but I do have things to do and places to go. I feel like this person, Knight of Pentacles, I feel like this person feels like, or actually, I'm sorry, I feel like you have felt this kind of energy of inevitability, like inevitably, like you were going to move on, you were going to heal yourself, you were going to release this energy and move on. And there's this kind of like peacefulness and solace inside of you that you're finding where you're just kind of like, you know what, I can let this go and I know that the universe is going to handle it. So if this person did you dirty, it's kind of this energy of like, I can just kind of just let this go because I know that, you know, this person is going to have to learn their lessons about treating people this way or acting that way or doing certain things to people that have them feeling certain ways. Like this person is just going to have to learn their lesson. You know, they're going to have to spend their time and they're going to have to learn their lesson. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes. And I do feel like whoever this person is, they are learning their lesson. They are feeling in such absence of this energy. Maybe even for some of them, they're realizing like how maybe they're realizing like how good they had it with you or how well you treated them in some type of way. But I'm really getting that you're just like, I don't even want to hear about this. Like this person has to deal with their own ish. And so I'm wondering, yeah. And just in case you're wondering, I'm not really getting that this is some type of ex energy, like an ex romantic partner energy. This is giving me more like friend you don't talk to anymore, co-worker that you found out did something and you kind of left that job and you just pieced it up and let it go to the universe and was just like, you'll get yours one day, you know, oh, that kind of attitude, or even the attitude of just kind of letting it go and being like, you know what? I've learned my lesson. I've moved on. I'm evolved. I have, you know, I've really honestly like dropped off this burden, you know, I really have released this energy and let it go back. For some of you, you might have even been doing like specific return to senders in your meditations. You could have been saying, you know, like no ill will back to this person, but just take your energy back. Remove your energy from me and take it back, right? So I'm hearing this energy. I'm feeling this energy of this kind of download And I'm hearing someone do like this incantation where they're like, I remove the energy that you gave to me. I send your energy back to thee. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that. And it's kind of like this return to sender kind of energy where it's like, I take back my energy from you. I ask spirit to bless and transmute it, bring it back to me. Or if it's not meant for me to have it, I send it up, I piece it out and send it up to the universe, you know, because eventually it'll come back to me anyway, you know, or new energy. Well, I will connect to new energy. No lack mentality here. Right? I don't need to hold on to your energy. I don't need to hold on to your stories you told about me. I don't need to hold on to your feelings about me. Right? I'm looking to fill myself up with myself, not with you and your negative energy. And there is this type of releasing of this. This could also be coming up as physical symptoms in your body. Obviously, I am not a doctor. Consult your doctor for any type of pains or physical symptoms you're having in your body. But this could also be showing up. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just like clearing and emptying out your heart space. Like, this is beautiful energy. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you've blocked like messages or you've blocked this person. Energetically or actually physically blocked them where they can't call you or they can't reach out to you. You've unfriended them. You've privated your social medias and things like that if you have it. And this person is just really, oh my gosh, excuse me. Because that's so crazy because I was seeing a person like around their throat. And so it's kind of this energy of like, this person is feeling like choked out, like not literally choked out, but they're feeling like without your energy. Like there is also something here about like your ancestors being like, stop talking about this person. Like stop thinking about them. Move on. Like stop talking about them specifically, not stop thinking about them. Because there is this energy of like, this person has really been thinking about the bad deeds that they did to you or like the negative things or like the ill intentions they had towards you. And they're feeling really heavy about it. Yeah. They're feeling like they didn't do enough at all. Yeah, they're feeling really pent down. They're really feeling pent down. They're feeling really heavy. They're feeling like, yeah, the wheel is turning here. The wheel is turning in this person's in this connection between the two of you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hearing this person saying, luck is not on my side. Like, luck is not on my side. Maybe this person felt like luck was on their side. And I just heard that song, that luck be a lady tonight. I just heard that song. Just that part of it. Ace of Wands. I feel like, oof. Whew, I got some sun, you guys, and I'm itchy. I'm itchy. My skin's peeling. I am itchy. This person is having to find a new home within themselves. And I think that you're doing the same. I think that your movement towards finding a type of peace and a type of home energy within yourself and kind of rejecting this person's energy and really being like, I'm really done. I'm really letting this go. I'm not holding on to anger. I'm not holding on to fear. I'm not holding on to anxiety. I'm not waiting for you to reach out to me. Like, I don't need anything from you. I'm kind of just moving on and minding my own business, and you should do the same. You know? In fact, it's not my business what you do. I don't care what you do. I know what I'm doing. And I'm moving on from this and putting this in my rear view mirror. And I'm not turning around and looking around. You know? It's that type of energy. That's what it feels like. And this rejection of this, and this person is holding on to this rejection energy. So if this person rejected you or ran away from you or just It's almost like I really feel like this person could be feeling the absence of a soul contract here. Like this person had an opportunity to go down some type of path with you. It definitely could have been a healing path. It could have been a path of evolution, soul growth, definitely all of that. Just learning to do better and be better within themselves, love themselves more. I feel like this person is having to walk down this path anyway, but they're having to do it in your absence. And this person is definitely feeling the loss of that energy. And it does feel like a tower moment here to this person. This person really could be thinking or feeling like they could definitely be feeling this kind of soulmate energy here. Like, dang, even if it's a karmic soulmate energy, it's this energy of like, dang, I really should have walked down this path with this person, or I should have done this with this person because like they were really trying to teach. And it could really be subconsciously for this person. Subconsciously, this person's subconscious could be talking to them in their sleep, you know, like in their dreams, in their fears, in their anxieties, in like situations that are coming up that they're just kind of like, and somehow the situations are reminding them of situations that of you. It could have been something that you said to them, or it's just like there's like their conscience will be like, they'll have a dream about you. And then they'll see your name somewhere. Like they'll hear it on the radio, or they'll hear it in a song, or, you know, they'll see it on somebody's license plate or something like that. And this person is just like, what? You know, it's this kind of like bombarding of the universe trying to tell them like, yeah, you should have done this, just so that you're on their mind and they're thinking like, I should have done differently. That's what this person has come to the conclusion of. Like, I should have done differently. Like, I shouldn't have said what I said, or I shouldn't have done what I done. You know, I shouldn't have told the lies that I told. Because the truth is coming to light. The truth is really coming to light. And the sun is shining on this. And it's bringing an end to this situation here. Energetically, I really feel like a big separation between you and this person. Yeah, I feel like you could be getting a call or a message of some type from this person, especially if this person is like an estranged like parent or family member or something like that. You know, and it could be a thing where it's like, where this person just does that thing where spirit puts them really heavily on their mind. And then they call you or they leave you a message and they're just like, hey, just checking up on you. Haven't heard from you in a long time. You know, and it's like, yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Or maybe you just kind of, I can just see somebody just kind of sitting there looking at it like, okay, why did you reach out? Just checking on you. And it's like, really? And I feel like spirit is like, really? Like, just say the words. Just say, I just actually, to be real with you, I just wanted to call you and say, I'm sorry. I know that I didn't do very right by you, or I know that I didn't protect you, or I know that, you know, I haven't been the best father or mother or sister or brother, or, you know, I haven't been the best family member. I haven't been the best friend in the past, and I'm really sorry. You know, I'm really sorry I messed this up. But it's like this person is they're so close to saying it, but they don't. And it feels, that's why I feel this kind of block energy from you, because I feel like that situation could happen to you, you know? Where it's like spirit is putting you on this person's mind. They're feeling really heavy about it, but I don't know if it's their pride or their ego. What exactly is that stops them? You know, this reminds me of a conversation that me and my coworker were having the other day, and I'm not gonna give away like her personal business or whatever, but like she really doesn't talk to her father, and I was like, hey, is your phone ringing? And she was like, oh, my phone is ringing, because there was music playing over the loudspeaker, and I was like, is that your phone ringing? And she's like, oh, that was my father. You know, and both of us have shared our type of issues that we've had with our father, somewhat with each other, and he was just like, hey, how are you? It's like, I'm fine, thanks. and then just silence on the phone. It's like, well, I'm at work, so bye, you know? And it's like, oh, I just, I haven't heard from you in a minute. And I was like, I used to, me personally, I was like, I used to hate when I would get those calls from my dad. Because, like, it would be like this something random would happen in his life where, like, I hadn't heard from him in years. No birthdays, no Merry Christmas, no happy nothing, And then I remember one time that I heard from him. It had been, like, literally almost, like, probably close to, like, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 years, 10 max, that I hadn't heard from him. And a friend, an acquaintance that was kind of close to him, passed. And it had him thinking about his morality and how short life was. So he just wanted to call me and reach out to me and be like, I love you. I care about you. And I'm like, yeah, I love you too, Dad. We should get together sometime. We shouldn't let distance grow between us. Okay, Dad. I'll call you back when I know when my schedule's clear. Okay, Dad. Never heard back from him, And it's situations like that. Like, I will share my personal, I'll share that, where it's just kind of like, yeah, okay. And I had no expectation that he would call me back, At this point in my life, I'm grown enough. I've been around the block enough with him to know that he'll just randomly try to reach out. And then 2 or 3 days later, he's unfriending you, or, it's years later before you see him or run into him, or he calls you again, or you reach out to him, and it's just kind of like, okay. And she was sharing that she's had those moments with her dad too, where it's just like, okay, yeah, what's up? What you need? I just, make the effort. And it's just like, make the effort. Make the effort. Like, what we want to hear. We want to hear a sorry. We want to hear follow through. We want you to be in your real, actual fatherly, masculine energy and show up in somebody's life. But at this point in my life, I'm like, I don't expect that from my dad at all. Like, he's on his journey. He's got to figure out his own ish. Not my business. And that's what this kind of feels like. It kind of feels like that, where this person knows that you're looking for a sorry, or knows that there is a situation that happened between the two of y'all that they need to address, but they're just not. They're just not, They're just not. They're just kind of like, oh, hey, yeah, well, okay, bye. And it's like, okay, bye. And not to put too much of my own personal energy into this reading, but that's kind of what it feels like. It just kind of feels like, okay, yeah, I don't expect too much out of you. And I think that's why this person feels you just like detaching your energy and moving away and just being like, I'm just kind of done with it. Like, I don't feel the need. But I'm wondering, how does this apply to the matchmaker? Maybe at one point, you and this person were. At one point, maybe you and this person did have a lot of energy exchange between the two of you. Maybe you were very, very open with this person. Maybe you even thought this person was a very close soulmate, or you thought you and this person were going to be best friends forever, or that this person would be in your life forever, because of their association or blood relationship to you or something like that. Maybe you, at one point, you thought you could, I almost said control this person. Interesting. Maybe you've given up trying to, because I was trying to say chase, but then the word control came out. And I think that's what it is. I think you've given up trying to control the situation. You've given up always being the bigger person, reaching out to that person, giving them 1,000 different tries. It's just like, no. And it's not even like, I'm going to match your energy. It's this feeling of just like, I don't care. I don't care if you ever reach out to me again. I kind of have really removed my energy from this situation here. Yeah, and it's left this person holding the burden in some type of way here. Maybe even the burden that you felt, maybe you felt obligated to have a relationship with this person. You felt obligated to stay in contact with this person. You felt this type of like, oh, well, they're my whoever, so I need to reach out to them. I need to try to make things work with them. I need to try, oh yes, every single time, no matter how fleetingly it is, yes, I'll go to that dinner with them. Yes, I'll meet up with them. Yes, I'll listen to them pour their heart out to me, and then just have to bounce back and have to hold the burden of, maybe this time they'll stay around in my life, or maybe this time it'll be different. And then it's not. And I'm sorry if that's kind of triggering. I guess I should have gave a trigger warning before I said that. But, and it's kind of this energy of like I'm not holding on to that anymore. You can hold on to it. Why? Because it kind of does feel like that. It feels like when this person reaches out to you, maybe they say little things to you that kind of like unloads the burden onto you. Like, yeah, haven't heard from you in a long time. Like, phones don't work both ways. Like, yeah, I noticed that you didn't pick up the phone and call me. Maybe this person could be a parent, or they could be somebody like that. And they might say little passive aggressive things like that kind of shift the blame of what happened onto you, or why they don't talk onto you. Oh, well, you moved away and you never pick up the phone anymore. You don't ever call me anymore. I'm your brother, sister, mother, whoever. I just wish you hadn't moved away. Or I just wish you would pick up the phone. Your brother calls me all the time. Okay. Well, you and my brother don't have the same relationship that me and you have. Or whatever the situation, it's kind of just like, and although on the surface you might have gotten to a place where you were kind of like, anyway, I feel like somewhere inside, and only take this if it resonates, obviously, I feel like somewhere inside for some of you, you could have this little twinge, especially if you grew up around this person could have a tendency to guilt trip people, and say little passive aggressive things like that really slide the blame of why your relationship doesn't work off of them and onto you, and at this point for a lot of you, I feel like you're probably an adult, and if you wanted to have a relationship with this person, you could call them, you could hang out with them, you could spend more time around with them. But I feel like it's like this person doesn't, it's like you don't get it. Like, yeah, I don't call you because I don't want to talk to you. But you just don't say that, right? It's like, every time I talk to you or every time I'm around you, it's always dredging up all these old bad memories of how you used to mistreat me or how you talked to me, or you still try to bring it up, or you still try to say little controlling things to try to steer my life, or you still try to, like maybe if we could have a decent conversation and our conversations didn't devolve into you saying all these little passive aggressive things about trying to guilt me about why you're not in my life. That very action is exactly why you're not in my life. You acting that way towards me is exactly why is exactly why I don't call you, is exactly why you're not around in my life. And it kind of feels like that. And for a lot of you, this work, this kind of like releasing energy here could definitely be happening just solely on an energetic level. This person could not be calling you. They could not be reaching out to you. But I feel like as you're doing that healing work within yourself, and you are building up that confidence within yourself, and you are doing that work, doing that meditation work, doing that journaling, doing that thought process, doing that, working, whether you're working with yourself or with a counselor or with a friend or whoever, you're kind of processing this information. And as you're doing that, processing that trauma, you're really stepping outside of your grief and stepping outside of it, and you're placing it where it deserves to be, right? We don't ever get rid of the trauma that happened to us. It doesn't just go away. But what happens when we heal is our emotional attachment to it goes away, or lessens. That emotion, whatever happened, that event or that person or whatever hold emotionally, psychologically it had over us, we grow to a point where it no longer controls us. No matter how strong or how little the control was, it's reaching that place where maybe the solution is you're strong enough not to pick up the phone, to finally block that person out. Maybe it's to the point where you've already blocked this person and you just don't feel guilty ignoring their calls or blocking them, or if you hear from other family members, oh yeah, that person, they'd really like to talk to you. Well, too bad. And you don't have that twinge of guilt, or you don't have that feeling of, well, maybe I could reach out to them. if it's not a healthy situation for you to be in. It's kind of like releasing this shame or this guilt from feeling obligated to talk to this person or obligated to have this person in your life. Because honestly, it feels like this person has like this sense of entitlement to you, to your energy, to your attention. Like they are entitled to have a place in your life. And the thing about it is that nobody is entitled to have a place in our lives, right? You do not have to talk or interact or be around anybody that you don't want to be around. You always have the power to pull back your energy and not deal with it. And I feel like, oh, the Temperance was on the bottom of the deck and I wanted to show it to you guys. I don't know if you saw it there, but that's that energy exchange energy between you and this person. I definitely feel like this could be family, or this is this process of finding a new foundation inside of yourself. And that foundation comes from a sense of like, I deserve to feel safe. I deserve to feel safe in the people that I have around me. I deserve to feel safe in what I feel comfortable with, in the life I want to live. I deserve to take back my power, to take back my sovereignty, to take back my control, and to simply say no. No, I don't have to talk to you. No, I don't have to forgive you. No, I don't have to move on and forget about it and act like it never happened. No. And for some of you just need to hear that. No, you don't have to do that. But you also don't have to hold on to hate. You also, because that affects you more than it does the other person, right? You don't have to hold it in your body. You don't have to hold on to hate. You don't have to want to have revenge against this person. You don't have to hold on to vengeance in this person. And maybe for some of you, you are releasing that energy from your shadow energy, that need to want to see the downfall of this person and to just kind of put this person into, you know what? I really don't give a fuck about you. Because that's the best revenge is just forgetting about that person. And not, it's like just moving on, and because revenge hatred, it requires a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to hold on, even as easy as it might feel, because some people do things to us that makes it very easy to feel very strong emotions towards them, very strong, negative emotions towards them. You releasing your hate or releasing your anger or releasing your need for vengeance against that person does not mean that you are okay with what happened to you, that they can come back into your life. It doesn't mean any of that. You can never ever speak a word to this person ever again for the rest of your life. And many of you are within your right to do that. You are always within your right to do that, regardless of how this person feels about it. Because I feel like for a lot of you, this person has put this type of burden of, no matter how I treat you, I'm entitled to a place in your life. I'm entitled to a place in your heart. And that's the thing. Kick this person's energy out of your heart space. That's why I'm saying let go of the hatred, let go of the anger. Because as long as you were holding on to that, you were holding on to a piece of this person inside of you. And when you come to the realization, and this is just my, you're free to feel differently. But from my understanding of it and my processing of it is the longer that you're making space for that person energetically to still be in your life. And when you release and let go of that hatred or that anger, you can fill that space up with yourself, with your own energy. Because many times we're holding on to that because underneath the hatred, the anger, the vengeance is this sense of, you caused me pain. I'm hurt. And when you process through those feelings, you make room for you to grieve for yourself. And then you make room for acceptance. of the fact that it happened, but the fact that you don't have to carry the heavy energy that that event, that that person, that their words, or that their, ways that they treated you, the not so nice ways that they treated you, because apparently we can't say the A word anymore without getting flagged. But if they treated you in very nice, not nice ways towards you, that made you feel less than about yourself, that made you feel suppressed, the best thing that you can do for yourself is release that energy to make room for your expansion. Stop suppressing yourself by holding on to your hatred of that person. Release it. Let them go. And releasing your anger does not mean that you have to forgive them. Forgiveness is a thing that lies within yourself. A lot of people will tell you, oh, you can't move on. Well, I don't think so. Some things are unforgivable. You can have empathy and understanding about why that person might have done it or what might have happened to them. But that doesn't mean that you have to forgive them. But that also doesn't mean that you have to hold on to anger about it, that you have to want for revenge or vengeance for it. Your justice will come to you. And I feel that that's the kind of feeling that a lot of you have is, I can hold on. Don't have to hold on to this devil energy about this person because it's causing some type of heaviness. 12:21 down on the real-time clock. It's causing some type of heaviness within your body. What is this? Yeah, it's the tower. It's flipped over. Because I feel like what you're actually seeking when you let go of this energy, it's like it just rushes back to this person and it's a tower moment for this person. Because there's something here about this person, like, there's some type of like energy entanglement here. And I think that Spirit is giving you the key here to releasing and letting go and finding that healing energy for yourself. Because a lot of you, I feel like you feel drained by this. And you might not even realize that, yeah, you're holding on to this. You might not even realize how deeply inside yourself you're holding on to this. King of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this person's conscious is weighing very heavily on them. Emperor energy. Yeah. The truth of this situation. Ooh. I tried to put the Emperor down over here and it was like, no. Because this person's really not in Emperor energy. But I tried to move this Emperor energy from over here to your side and it like rejected it. I don't know if you guys could see it, if the camera picked it up, it kind of flipped over and fell down on the floor. So for you, this could be really about healing this type of rejection of this masculine energy, your own internal masculine energy, or from masculine energies in your life because of the situation that you're holding on to this person. This anger that you held on towards this person in masculine energy is really affecting your ability to have a deeper connection with masculine energy within yourself. For a lot of you, this definitely could be like healing a father wound. Even if you personally have a good relationship with your father, there could be some type of wound here that you're helping to heal further down in your family line, further back. Excuse me. Well, that was random. again, right? I said this energy is kind of draining. It feels like it's trying to drain you. It feels like it's trying to wait. Maybe you don't feel like, you don't realize how much this energy here affected you on a deep subconscious level, or affected you in different ways. It could show up in a lot of ways. It could show up in your discipline. It could show up in your willpower. It could show up in your ability to break cycles. It could show up in your ability to take action. And it doesn't have to be on everything. It could just be on certain things. It could show up in your relationship to money, your relationship to success, your relationships with sex. It could show up in your relationship to just connecting to that Martian kind of Mars energy. So anything that really falls under, planning, organizing, putting things into action, taking a plan and organizing that, any kind of like Saturn or restrictive things, it really could show up as a kind of rejection of that, even a rejection of authority, a rejection of rules. This kind of rebellion energy, even to the extent where it might self-sabotage yourself. A rejection of the order of things, of the way things work. For a deep, deep level, for some of you, this could come as a rejection of God. This could come as a rejection of the divine plan, like, why would God allow this pain to happen to me? Why does it have to be this way? I reject your rules, or I reject... Yeah, there's this kind of rebellion energy inside of you that spirit is helping you to work through. And just in the sense where this rebellion energy shows up in self-sabotaging ways, in ways that really don't help you. So it could be that type of tendency to fall into depression, or that tendency to isolate yourself, a tendency to, maybe overeat or undereat, a tendency to fall into control, because we talked about that earlier, a tendency to fall into control, a tendency to lean a little too heavily into your shadow masculine aspects of yourself. Not showing up for yourself, not protecting yourself, not having boundaries, not learning how to say no. People-pleasing tendencies, all of that falls under this type of not protecting yourself in a way. Maybe even not showing up for your body. That could be staying up when you know that you need to go to sleep, eating that extra helping when you know that it wouldn't do you good, being sedentary instead of, when you know that your body's calling for you to take better care of yourself, be more active, take your vitamins, do those things like that, Yeah, get up out of bed, stop bed rotting and doom scrolling, get up, take a shower, go outside, get some sun, get some fresh air, walk around the park, go sit outside in the park and go sit outside under a tree and read a book, Stop yelling and screaming on the internet about things. And, go touch grass, that type of energy. Stop engaging with internet trolls. Stop going back and forth with people that are just trying to rile you up, whether it's on the internet or in real life. Having those boundaries to finally tell that person no. And to not feel guilty about not answering their phone calls. To tell them, no, I have places to go, I have things to do. I can't sit down right now and have a conversation with you just because you feel like it. It's pulling yourself away from power struggles. Stepping back into your own power and saying, no, I don't engage with this. No, I don't go back and forth with this. It's reminding me of the reading where I've been talking about a lot about detachment, detaching away from these things. And then also, the reading where I was talking about, let them be loud and wrong. Let them be loud and wrong. You guys might be drawn to that message. Let them be loud and wrong. Let them talk their ish, or let them have whatever story they want to have. Let them be the victim in their own world if they want to be the victim in their world. You don't have to call them out. You don't have to go around correcting everybody. the best use of your energy is not focusing on them or whatever bullcockery they're doing, and investing that energy instead in yourself. Instead of calling your relatives and correcting their lies, pull yourself away from that energy. Let the truth show itself, because it will. Because for some of you, that's the reason why this person goes around and does all this and says these things, to keep you engaged, to keep you feeling suppressed, to keep you feeling like a victim, to keep you feeling engaged in this type of persecutor victim kind of mentality, push pull with this person, where you're constantly being triggered or being activated by them. They still know that they can still call you and get you irritated and get you mad. And, if you have that person, that you're trying to get things done, and then they call you and, and they don't even have, maybe they're doing passive aggressive things. They don't even have to get into an alt-right argument with you. But then you spend the rest of your day being like, how I'm so angry. I'm walking around. I'm mad at this person. Or maybe I don't even go outside. Maybe I feel like going to go, smoke a little bit or drink a little bit to get away, to run away from this person, It's pulling back and saying, I take back my power from you causing me to sabotage myself. I take back my power from the triggers inside of me that you placed inside of me. I'm learning how to not get triggered by your actions and how you feel about them, because I can't control what you do. All I can do is control what I do. And instead of allowing myself to get triggered by these things that you do, I can just kind of, okay. I can get to the point where it doesn't bother me anymore. Where it truly doesn't bother me anymore. Because I have assigned that, yeah, that's just who you are. I'll leave the door open for maybe, for the possibility in my head that maybe you'll do better. Maybe you'll heal. Maybe you'll go get counseling. Maybe you'll deal with your ish one day. But just reaching towards that freedom of, whatever. I can't engage in this. I choose my peace. I choose my peace. Exactly. You're getting rid of the illusion of authority this person has over you. Their word is not bond. Their law is not God. And I feel like for a lot of you, whoever this person is or whoever, their actions or their choices had at one point in your life had that strong effect on you, had that ability to ruin your day, had that ability to send you spiraling, had that ability to tick you off and cause you to go off on your partner or, be short with the people at work, and it's this kind of energy of like getting rid of this person's illusions of grandeur that they planted inside of your mind. This person is not your God. This person is not your controller. They're not your master. You don't have to snap to and hop up when they say do something. It's about putting yourself back in the driver's seat of your life and realizing that you gave this person entirely way too much power over you. And I think for a lot of you, you already know this. You're already working on this, and Spirit just wants to say, good job. Keep working on it. If some of you haven't realized how much power and control this person had over you, it's time for you to really look in the mirror and really be honest about this situation and say, yeah, actually, I am tired. I am tired of this person and the things that they do having the power over me, having that type of power over me. No matter how detached I am from that person, one phone call for them and I'm spiraling. Or even if it's just, I'm irritated, and your partner's sitting there going, you're irritated. I can tell you're irritated. What did your mom or your dad or whoever say to you on the phone when they called? Or if this person has the ability to trigger you just by calling and you not even answering the phone. At some point, this person had some kind of delusion of grandeur that they planted inside of your mind. Like this person was your you know, wanted this place in your life. I was watching something the other day, and this person said something about, this person was talking specifically about controlling men, and how a lot of times people controlling men, and just controlling partners, controlling people in general, but specifically in men, was what the situation they were talking about. It was about a woman talking about how an ex of hers was trying to turn her against her friends and her family. And this person was saying, yes, that's what, you know, the A words, that's what they'll do. You know, people that want to have control and dominance over you, they want to be your whole world. And they paint this picture that they're your whole world because they're your savior. But the truth is, they want the power to be your judge, jury, and executioner. Ooh, that was hard for me to say that word. I know y'all saw me struggling. and that's it, right? They want the power to end your dominance over your own life. They want the power to be your judge, to be the jury judging you as guilty, and to have, you know, that's the truth of why people like that, people who are controlling, who are manipulative, will cut off your support system because they want the power to be those things for you. They want the power over you to cast, you know, to have their illusions that they cast inside of your life to not be questioned by the outside world. And I feel like that's perhaps what happened between you and this person. And I feel like you are taking the time to unlearn that type of power dynamic that you had between this person. You know, you are unlearning the trigger words. You're unlearning, you know, how this person used to be able to say a few words and you would feel guilty all day, or you would run to their side to do whatever they said, you know? Even if it was like, well, I'd just be so disappointed in you if you didn't do this or you didn't do that, you know, and instead of it having that kind of, oh, I have to do this kind of feeling inside of you, it's a feeling of, well, I guess you're just going to be disappointed. And in that, there is a key component to this creating of a new legacy for yourself psychologically, right? Where it's not this person who has put themselves in this kingly position in your life. It's you. It's your relationship with God. It's your sovereignty inside of yourself. It's your ability to create your own life and to create your own narrative of who you are and what your life is. That is why this tower has struck. Because the foundation of self that you had in the past, was built on the illusion of this person, you know, being the eye at the top of that tower, being Siron with the all-seeing eye, controlling everything in your life, right? But the tower has been struck down. And you see the falsity of this illusion for what it is within this person. They are not the all-powerful being that you thought at one point that you were made to believe this person was. It was an illusion. An illusion to trick you out of the power that you hold within yourself. Of the power and the connection that you hold within yourself. You don't need this person. You don't need their acceptance. You don't need their approval. You don't... And that is this type of power that that Spirit is helping you to plant within yourself. Unlace the kind of entanglement of your heart space with this person. Wow. Well, I wanted this to be a kind of short one, but I just had, I had a lot. Spirit had a lot to say about this. Yes, exactly. Rest. I'm choosing my peace. I'm choosing to lay this to rest. And I'm choosing a new beginning here. Free. Yeah. Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back. Dragging all those bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you all you must hold on to is you. Is you, is you. Come on now. Come through, Erica. Come on now. One day you're going to say, all these bags are getting in my way. Actually, one day you're going to say, actually, all these bags, they ain't even mine. You take them back. All this fear, all this anxiety, all this suppression, all this smallness, all this dim energy, that's actually you, fam. That's not me. I don't have to be you. And if your acceptance comes with the chains of me having to be like you, why the hell would I want my acceptance to come from you? Get out of survival mode. Your survival, your continued existence is not tied to this person or their approval. And if you are, please get the help that you need. There are shelters, there are hotlines. Please get the help that you need. Reach out and sever your dependence on this person in whatever way that you need to. There are professionals, there are people out there that will help you get out of situations if you feel like you are trapped or if you are actually physically being trapped. And if the trap is in your mind, which for a lot of you it is, you didn't even realize how imprisoned you were, right? I feel that strongly because I'm literally seeing the prison card. I had this deck here. I don't even think you realized how imprisoned that you really were. I feel like another one. No. It's time for this change to happen for you, right? Like I said, this person was trying to be your judge, trying to keep you trapped in the house, trying to keep you small. It's time that you see yourself from a different perspective. And it can be hard to say, damn, I really was trapped. I really was keeping myself trapped. I'm seeing the 8 of Swords in my mind's eye now. Yeah. This person could have even been projecting those thoughts of you staying small, of you being trapped. Or it could have come from conditioning. If you were with this person, exactly. They tried to keep you small. They tried to keep you locked away. They tried to keep you... Come on. For some of you, you could be seeing this person being in this position. Yeah. Spirit wants you to know that you are that person. You are that authority in your life, not this person. Wow. Yeah. Pathway. You're walking down the path to freedom, my love. Keep going. Keep going. 1244 down on the real-time clock down below. Exactly. Keep going. Spirit is giving you the tools to defend yourself, to stand up for yourself, to see the situation for what it really is. Do what you need to do to free yourself, even if it's one small step at a time. It could be unfolding from you one small step at a time. You know, it could take years of work, of dedication, of saving up money, of moving away, of cutting contacts, of, you know, if this person has you in some type of financial dependency, doing those jobs, doing that thing to gain that independence, it's worth it. Whatever it is, whatever situation you have found yourself in, it's worth it to gain your freedom from this situation. It's worth it to put in the work to free your mind. Spirit's going to be giving you the lessons, the downloads that you need, okay, to have this discernment, to be able to use that sword and cut yourself free. You are the magician in your life. You are the creator of your existence. You are that person who is in control of the direction that your life is going in, not this person. For yourself. All right, my loves. Well, I wanted this to be a quick one, but it is what it is now. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate you guys. I will see you lovelies in the next one, okay? Mwah! Thank you. Thank you so much to your angels, spirits, guardians, ancestors, masters, and guides for guiding you here to get this reading. I hope it gave you the love, light, and clarity that you needed in your situation. Thank you to my angels, spirits, guardians, ancestors, masters, and guides for guiding me through delivering this message as well as keeping me safe if they did so. I appreciate you guys ever so much. Okay, comment down below if you feel comfortable. Tell me your story. Reach out to me. My contact information is down below. If you want a personal reading or any of the services that I offer, thank you guys so very much. And I will see you lovelies in the next one. Bye.